Tonight on Golf Central, after nearly 4 months away from golf, Jason Day returns from a back injury. You'll hear from the world number one as we get you set for the SBS Tournament of Champions.
New Year's are about new starts, right? Rory McIlroy and a couple of the game's biggest stars will have new toys in their stockings. We'll break down all the golf business news coming up.
Plus, last year he conquered Kapalua with an 8-shot win. Coming up, what to expect from Jordan Spieth in the new year.
And the top 17 people to watch in the game of golf in 2017. The countdown begins right now on Golf Central.
Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
Oh, doesn't that look nice?
Oh, that looked beautiful.
Wow, the start of the new year means some big changes for some of the biggest names in golf. Happy New Year. Welcome to Golf Central. Lisa Cornwell, Matt Adams, Trip Eisenhower, and Tim Rosaforth. They'll join us in just a moment. Matt, let's begin with some of those changes, starting with world number 2, Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, we have some equipment news to open up the new year. Rory McIlroy, according to a report from No Laying Up, will be playing with a mixed bag in 2017. Callaway woods and irons, Vokey wedges in his bag, as well as a Pro V1X golf ball. He's also reportedly going to be playing a Odyssey prototype putter. It's interesting because I reached out to both Callaway and to Titleist to see if they had any official comment on this development, this report, and both companies said at this time they have no comment. What I find fascinating, Lisa, is that here we have the number 2 ranked golfer in the world in Rory McIlroy, and we have an opportunity to see and watch him go through the process to find out what equipment is best for him without the concerns about who he's tethered to. I cannot remember the last time that happened in the game of golf, that we had a player at this level that was going through that process, and we're along for the ride.
And it doesn't involve money, is basically what you're saying. So do you think that that will change? Will he sign any equipment endorsement?
Now, according to the report in 2017, Rory has said that he will not sign any equipment endorsement contracts. So we shall see. There's also news from Tiger Woods in 2017. He has made it official that he is committed to the Bridgestone B330S golf ball. You remember that was the one that he played at his event, the Hero World Challenge. But Tiger has said that yes, he is committed to it, and as a result, Bridgestone is committed to him with a multi-year endorsement contract for Tiger. Now, here's another interesting thing. My sources at Bridgestone told me that normally when you have a player of the caliber of Tiger Woods and he's trying out equipment, they'll send down a cadre of technicians to help him to make sure he has the perfect ball for his swing and the conditions he will be subject to. Yet Tiger said no. Tiger did it alone. He said, send the equipment alone and I'll figure it out from there. And he figured out that the Bridgestone B330S was the golf ball from him. And finally, Nike has made it official. Jason Day will be wearing the swoosh logo coming up in 2017. Now, what's interesting about that is that this contract, which will cover virtually everything that he wears, it will cover his apparel, his headwear, it will cover his gloves, and it will cover his shoes as well. The big question that we had, and we have some breaking news for you in this regard right now, is that normally Nike says when you wear the swoosh, it's only the swoosh on your apparel. Yet in Jason Day's case, I have got confirmation from Nike that they will allow him to wear the Lexus logo on his left sleeve.
So definitely a new look for Jason Day.
Indeed.
We'll talk to you a little bit later in the show about some other tours and what to expect in 2017.
Looking forward to it.
Jason Day has held the top spot in the official world golf ranking for 44 weeks in his career. This time last year, he was second in the world and reclaimed number 1 after winning the WGC Dell Match Play Championship in March. How about some news and notes ahead of the PGA Tour's first event of 2017, the SBS Tournament of Champions, which gets underway this week in Maui. Jason Day is making his first start since the FedEx Cup playoffs when he withdrew from the BMW Championship and the Tour Championship with an ailing back. It's a winners-only event. There are 32 players in the field, including PGA Tour Player of the Year, Dustin Johnson. And Jordan Spieth is the defending champion. He won this tournament by 8 shots last year. For much more on the week ahead, Todd Lewis joins us from Kapalua.
Aloha, Lisa. It seems everything old is new again for Jason Day, at least when it comes to apparel. Day just signed a new apparel contract with Nike. He had a deal with Nike when he was 16 and 17 years of age. But of course, clothes don't make the #1 golfer in the world. Instead, it's a great game. And for Jason, a healthy body. The last time we saw him competing, he was walking off the golf course at the Tour Championship because of back pain, which has continued to haunt him. Well, after spending some time getting some rehab and resting, he said his body and mind are ready to go.
Just really trying to rehab, just really strengthen my core, trying to balance everything out. I mean, I do, every year I do DEXA scans and try and look at body fat percentages and look at, you know, left to right and see, you know, if there's any imbalances and making sure that everything, you know, 'cause obviously we're right-handers, you know, there's obviously a cross chain and, you know, things get imbalanced because you're swinging one direction millions and millions of times during your career. So there's obviously those imbalances. So, you know, with that said, I've been trying to just kind of balance everything out and I feel good. You know, the core's strong and the back's been pretty good.
What did the break do for you, not only physically but mentally?
Yeah, I definitely needed a break. I think not only physically but more so mentally, I was kind of running on low, and you know, once again, it's tough to be at the top of any sport, really. You have a lot of limelight on you, a lot more commitments and stuff that you have to obviously do, and to be able to get away for a few months and try and rehab my back, and but also you know, mentally re-energize myself to come out and feel like, you know, everything's fresh and ready to go and I'm hungry again, and I feel good.
You're #1 in the world, and as you enter 2017, it's not a new season but a new year.
Yeah.
Is your success only going to be measured, in your opinion, by wins and major victories?
No, my success is only, I look at it this way, if I wake up every day and know that I'm giving it 100%, that's all I can, the success I have is the only thing that I can do. You know, obviously you have to enjoy it down, and like I said, you know, the moment I don't enjoy getting better and the moment that I don't want to improve and try and strive for greatness is the moment I'll probably retire. So, you know, I still love it just as much as I did when I was an 18-year-old kid, and just as much as when I picked it up for the first time when I was 3. So I'm hungry and I'm ready to go. I'm looking forward to a good week.
Jason went on to say that the time off has made him hungry. He also said that he's ready to go and is expecting a good week here at Kapalua. There are 11 players in the 32-man field that we really don't know what to expect from because they are competing in the SBS Tournament of Champions for the very first time. Still, though, being here is a reward for a successful 2016.
That's awesome. You know, it was a big tick off the bucket list to get the first win out in the States, and it's been great. You know, I've really enjoyed the step over and playing out here full time, and it's been fun. And then, you know, to compete against the other winners, you know, I've heard so much about this place and I've watched it so many times, and you know, I actually saw Ernie a couple of days ago and he says, well, try beat my record. So it's going to be hard, but you know, it's a good target to set off for the first one of the year.
It's pretty special, you know, when you're on the range and you see guys like Jason Day and Dustin Johnson, you know you're in a pretty good spot. So to be where I was last year, you know, middle of the year, to be where I am now, it's pretty cool.
It means a lot. You know, it means everything to me right now in my golf career. To be teaming it up with the guys that have won the past season, I think is a big accomplishment. So I'm really excited to be here and look forward to the week.
It means a lot. I'm really excited. It's a great place to start the year. You can really get some momentum and you know, really push for the beginning of the year. I mean, it feels like it's the beginning of the year, but it's just one long year. But had some off time and just excited to get back and start playing.
Well, not only the first-timers, but basically every player in the field will have to learn a brand new golf course compared to years past because this course is soft and wet as of Monday. You see, there has been close to 10 inches of rain that has fallen on Kapalua in the month of December, close to 4 inches since last Tuesday. Now, there are some good things to think about. First, this golf course was built on a volcanic mountain, so everything flows to the ocean. It's a sandy soil here, so it will absorb the moisture. But more importantly, we have a dry forecast heading into Thursday for round number 1, so we should get a little bit firmer than we are, at least today. Lisa?
Todd, thank you very much. Tomorrow you will hear from world #1 Jason Day. You can watch his session with the media live right here on Golf Channel. Join us for a special Golf Central News Conference show, 3:30 Eastern Time. Jordan Spieth is scheduled to address the media on Wednesday as the defending champ, as we officially welcome in Trip Eisenhower, Tim Rosafort. Okay, a lot of people were sort of questioning Jordan Spieth's performance last season, surprisingly, because he still fared really well, even though it wasn't what we saw the season prior. What are your expectations for him this year?
Well, look, usually when he comes to this tournament, he plays quite well. He finished second in his first appearance. He won last year by 8 shots. He's the all-time leading scoring average, has the lowest scoring average of all time of those with 8 or more rounds. He loves this place. He loves to get the work in with his coach, and he loves to hit the ground running. The other thing, too, Tim, is let's remember what happened at the Australian Open, where he got his last win in 2016. In 2014, he won the Australian Open. In 2015, he won the Masters. In 2015, he finished second in the Australian Open, finished second in the Masters. He won the Australian Open. So Jordan Spieth's going to be a factor at Augusta.
He certainly is, and I think so anyway, in all the major championships, because he learned so many valuable lessons last year. He felt the sting of a major championship, had to deal with negative criticism after being the golden child for most of the 2015 season, obviously, after what he did then. But from what I've been told, talking to some people in his camp, he had a great offseason, relaxed, rested, good workouts with Damon Goddard, good time with at Trinity Forest with Cameron McCormick, his swing coach. I think you're going to, I know you're going to see him schedule better this year. He's going to be more mentally and physically prepared for major championships. And while that Masters is something that's always going to come up, it's going to be something that certainly going forward, he's going to be in situations like that, and nobody is exempt in the game of golf from feeling the type of pain that he felt in trying to win the Masters.
And nobody's exempt from learning how to deal with scrutiny, too. I mean, you called him the golden child, and that's just a process you go through, especially when you're in your early 20s, and he's gone through it. So big things certainly ahead for Jordan Spieth. Well, since late 2013, the PGA Tour has been utilizing a wraparound schedule. So that means when the new year hits, many players have already gotten a jump start in the FedEx Cup standings. Here's a look at the top 10 heading into this week. Hideki Matsuyama is enjoying a nice lead over Justin Thomas and Pat Perez after a win and a runner-up showing in 2 official events he played in during the fall. Much more still ahead on Golf Central. Sticking with our New Year's theme, we kick off our countdown of the top 17 people to watch in 2017. Many are major champions, and some might surprise you. She won't surprise you, though.
Golf Central is brought to you by the Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Make a difference in your game. The Hawaiian Islands. Visit gohawaii.com/golf.